Orange carpet costume design. We're going from chapeaus to coronets today. Hi, I'm Dr. KP McKee, founder and executive director of a Spacious Place Creativity and Spirituality Center. And during this pandemic, we are looking for ways that we can have the delights of the Halloween season. And it's our belief that Halloween is whatever you make of it. It is an opportunity to imagine ourselves however we want in a way that delights and empowers us. So today, we're going to be designing some headgear and starting very basic and then moving up to some different options for you. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Also, we would love to hear from you as we walk through these different projects. If you have any questions or ideas for ways you do things, we would love to hear that. And you can enter that in your comment box on your mobile device or on your computer. So if you have young children, you can actually create a hat for them out of a paper plate. As our heads get bigger, this becomes less viable for us. But here is the crown that I made and just colored with gold crayon. But I'm going to put it back together a little bit so you can just see. You just basically are going to use your ruler and divide it into sections. I did 8 sections here. This way, and then in half. Just cut it from the inside out and then pop them up like this. And you have the beginnings of a crown. And then you can do whatever you like to bling this up some. Children generally love these sparkles, and you can glue those on. Also, if you have pieces of leftover jewelry that's fallen apart, buttons, all kinds of things can go to decorate this royal crown. This is just one idea of something you can do with the paper plate. Here is another one. You can turn it into whatever animal you would like it to be. Here I did a very basic bunny, and also just hat forms and that sort of things. Just cut out the center of the plate, and then it will fit over their head, and they can become whatever animal they would like to be. And then with this one, you just add a white t-shirt and some white pants, and you got the beginnings of a bunny costume. Another fairly easy one to do is using strips of poster board and then attaching whatever you would like to them. And these are just the forms. They haven't even been decorated yet. But this is a real basic crown. And again, you can add those awesome jewels to it. You can paint it. You can cover it with foil, however you would like. And then the nice thing about this one is it adapts to whatever head size you are working with. So we do this a lot with the folks we serve. And this one's a Mad Hatter hat, the same kind of thing. You can use markers to decorate it with. You can paint it. You can cover it. We have one that we did. We added a lot of glitter glue to make it sparkle. And then we have your witch and wizard hat here that you can color however you would like as well. So, and again, with these, what I had talked about last week about getting a piece of paper that is fairly like just a large size of copy paper, something that is easy to bend, fold it in half and just do half of this, and then it's easy to open it up and turn it into a pattern. This one, obviously, I added the little swirl at the end there after I had cut it out. And that just makes everything a whole lot simpler. And that is always a nice thing. One other that you can do with the idea of creating a pattern and then cutting it out is you can make a pirate hat with this. And then I cut this one out of black paper. And then I did my skull and crossbones in, this is oil pastels, which I like to call super crayons because they are such nice, have a nice pop of color, and they're really strong, and they show up well on the black. You want to just glue the edges of it so that it will fit on the head and kind of leave this part open. And see how I did some stitches on the front and the back. The children can really enjoy getting that together, and then they're ready to ride the high seas as a pirate. And of course we need our good sized witch and wizard hat, and I have one here that I did, and I'm going to show you how to do just the idea of it. First of all, you want to create yourself a hat brim template that is going to be big enough to go over the head of whoever is doing it. Obviously, this one is made for someone larger than me. But if I were making it for myself, I would find a bowl that just fit just a little bit bigger than my head, and I'd make that the inside circle, and then something else the outside circle. Then I just made a real small version of the very large version I did here. I got black craft paper on a roll for this, for the folks we work with, and that really is the easiest way to do something of this size. Discount School Supply has those. You can get those from them, probably other teacher supply places. So, but this is the general idea for the cone part. So I cut out a very large circle, and then I folded it. I did one of them and folded it in half. Opened it up, then I lined up the folds that I'd already done to make another fold. So now I know exactly where the center is, and I have a cut line. So then I cut all the way through, and then you just begin folding it around and wrapping it up. And once you get it the width you want, you can measure it inside your cone here. Then you can tape it and hold it in place. I also have kind of gone the extra mile and just cut extra little fringe here that then fold out that you can tape underneath. I think you can see that here. And then you can get out those awesome oil pastels again and decorate. Obviously, before you have done this part, you want to do the decorating while it's still laid out flat, with the understanding that some of it will not be seen because it'll go up inside. So I did that. I also cut out some stars and moons and glitter glued them and put them on to make this. And then one more idea for a crown, last but certainly not least. This is a Regent crown that I made out of a water container. It's also like if you had a gallon milk jug, it would work just the same. It's the same basic shape. You just want to rinse it out real well because that would not be pleasant to have on your head if it smells like spoiled milk. So I cut off the bottom of it to make it even here. And then I used permanent red marker to color it, but you could also use paints, craft paints, to do that as well. Then I took strips of poster board and measured them so that they could go from one side to the other and leave a little extra bounce there. And I did 2 of those and then covered them with the foil. Then I took a stapler and stapled these and then bowed it around. And this one here, you can see the staples on the inside here. I did that with both sides.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and you want to, when you're doing that, you want to be sure that you are going evenly across the top and that you are making an X or a plus sign, however you want to look at that. Before I got to that point, I also punched a hole in the milk carton in the very middle, well, water carton for me, and I got one of those paper fasteners. So after I'd done that and I lined these up, I held them together, and with a hole punch, I punched a hole through both of them where they met, and then pushed the paper fastener / brad, whatever you call it, that through, and then through the hole in the bottom here, and then opened it up. You can see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then I had fun with some cotton balls. So I used craft glue and some cotton balls to make the ermine around the bottom, just like this, and it nicely covers up where the staple is, so that's great. And then I punched some black holes here with a hole punch and used the craft tape to glue those on. And then for the very last thing, I took a styrofoam ball that I then painted with silver craft glue and craft paint, not craft glue, and glued that on the top. So now we have our Regent's crown. You can be King Bob or you can be King George, whichever you would prefer to be. So we will be back next week with some other ideas for Halloween activities and costumes from things that you have around your house. If you found this helpful, please do like it on Facebook. You can also rewatch on Facebook, on YouTube, or on our website, www.aspaciousplace.com. And on Halloween, we're going to have the option for you to get dressed in your Halloween finery and walk the orange carpet with us virtually. And we can send you a link so that you can be wherever you are in your safe space in your costume, and we will put you on the orange carpet from where we are, and also that way we can see your costumes and you can see other people's as well.
And we will make the orange carpet background available so that you can have it behind you as a background if you want to be in your costume and look like you're walking the carpet. We can see you.
We're looking forward to this. It'll be a way for us to be in community and enjoy the delights of Halloween and also be safe and responsible. And then I also wanted to let you all know that we are getting ready for Gifted to Give online this year, and it starts the first week of November, but we need to deliver supplies that last week of October, and it's a great opportunity to be generous and also creative to make gifts for other people for the holiday season. And the supplies will be delivered to your door, so it makes it a safe opportunity for everybody, and we'll provide guidance then online. You can go on our website and sign up, and we're doing 6 projects for a total of $10 for all 6, so it's really a great deal. So we are looking forward to seeing you next week, and let's close with prayer. Thank you, God, for humor. It restores our hope, and for imagination that helps us imagine what could be. Amen.